Hello everybody, welcome to another live stream with Mint Markets. Today we have Thursday, the 20th, and today we had news already, namely unemployment claims and existing home sales. So far we have seen a gap lower and we have moved up since the market opening at 9:30. At the very beginning, let me remind you that all being said and shown here is my personal opinion. I'm taking live trades in front of you in a demo account, but please do not risk real money on anything being said and shown here by me. You might lose money, real money. And let's go right into the analysis. I will give you my opinion, my analysis, and I will try to find live trades which I will execute in front of you here. So I'm only interested, like upfront, I'm only interested in short setups for now. Let's see if we can find any. We had a nice little short scalp yesterday. All right, stream looks good so far. And we are in a discount, in a premium relative to 8:30's opening, and we are in a discount relative to New York's midnight opening price. We had a opening gap lower. So let's check that real quick. We had a gap open lower and we have closed in the gap completely so far. And we're about to attack the buy side at the moment. However, I'd prefer short setups today. If you're watching, let me know if you have any questions or anything to say or share. So far, I don't see any setup worth taking. But we will see. Welcome, the Hab. Welcome, welcome. Glad that you're watching. Let's see what we can get out of the market today. And so far, I'm still looking for shorts. We are in a premium now. We have a fair value gap here. So I'm outlining this one. We have an even higher one here. But I'm looking for signs for a reversal here today. So we have new week opening gap here. Traded through this, acted as support so far. Not my trade setup, but it acted as support here. Traded through and went higher from here. No trade entry for me. We have liquidity down below. Continuation here at 9:50 full hour macro for another leg higher. I don't think we will make a higher high today. I don't think we will like run these highs here completely. We might run into that here. I think we will see lower prices at some point. Maybe not this session, but at least today, in my opinion. Nothing really to act on. We have liquidity. We have liquidity here down below. 19,705. We have liquidity here. We have our range from Tuesday and Wednesday here. Let's remove this for better sight. Daily high here, daily high here. Nothing really exciting in my opinion. A little bit choppy and consolidating lately. Still in the range. Let's see what we get. I think this will be a significant fair value gap. Let's see how the reaction will be here. Want to see a market structure shift lower with displacement for an entry we could possibly take here. So I need some speed and magnitude here. here we go. A little bit of a structure shift. Yesterday we were able to carve $700 out. Let's see what we can do today. If you're watching and if you like the stream and what I'm doing, I would highly appreciate it if you leave the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Would be huge motivation for me and would help me to grow this young little channel. So let's see how we react. Midpoint of this fair value gap here. So far still indecisive. We have the opening range gap here. First presented fair value gap of today I haven't drawn so far. That's actually that one here. So we might wanna come back into this fair value gap at some point. I don't think this is a fair value gap, is it? High of this candle 1978.950 and low 1978.975. Actually, it's a very small gap. Still, this is the first presented fair value gap for me in this case. So far, no entry. Like yesterday, I think we have to be a little bit more patient today until we get a obvious setup here. I don't think we will see a huge bullish continuation today. Not what I'm thinking. I think we're still range bound with a tendency to go lower. And again, I'm looking for shorts only in this session. And before I'm able to take a short trade here, I need some displacement, I need the obvious movement, see some willingness for price to go down, ideally drop lower here and show some movement, some fair value gap, for example, some speed. If we see so, I will probably take a short trade here. And some displacement. Let's see if this is already the displacement we want to see. First fair value gap of today's session is here. We can also include the opening range now. Opening range between 9:30 is here, and the high 10 AM is here, so it's here. Our opening range is between here and here, and let's see if we measure that, if we project that into the future. We have one standard deviation here. So far it doesn't look like a reversal. So far it still looks like continuation. Let's see. Still need to wait. Need to wait. And maybe what we can outline is the new day opening gap. Today's opening gap here, 16:55 to 6 o'clock. Small gap rather, but still, let's annotate this here. Is something I use as a premium discount array and support and resistance sometimes. So we are above the new day opening gap now. And we can also include the midnight opening range, which is the range between midnight, highest high between midnight and let's put this, make this on the 1 minute chart. Highest high between midnight here and the lowest low between midnight and 1, like half past midnight. So it's here, this is our opening range here, close to the midnight opening, New York midnight opening price. All right. Another push up would be nice if we see a reversal now. We have pushed into the second fair value gap as well now, which is here. Nothing that interests me right now. Nothing that interests me really. We have closed in this void here. So far we have the midpoint here, so we can watch this. So far we see support here If we go higher, we will see support here, and it might run higher from here now. Fair value gap here. So far, we see bullish support here, nothing to short yet. Let's see if it stays like this. No trade setup for me right now. I don't want a long here. That is not a bullish entry for me. We're way too much in a premium in terms of today's session. So I'm sitting still, trying to apply some patience here. So we just gotta wait. Numbers are out. Don't care about the numbers anyway. More interested in the volatility arising from that. And so far we are still bullish. We found support here at the midpoint of this inversion fair value gap, bearish fair value gap, traded through it. So far support here, also bullish order block here. So let's see how far it can go into the liquidity here. In my opinion, however, this is a high resistance liquidity run, very efficient here. But let's see. So far, I don't want a long. Couple of handles already moved up from here, but I'm not willing to risk long here. We might touch the green line here, 20,080, which is midnight's opening range here. Let's see if this fair value gaps here can act as inversion fair value gap later once, and if we break structure here. Fair value gap entry here, traded higher from here, down close candle in a bullish market, found support here, inversion fair value gap on the 3-minute, another bullish fair value gap here. Just grinding up slowly, nothing I can or want to do here. nothing I want to risk on. So far, very indecisive on the daily. Consolidation slightly bullish on the 4-hour, but still in the range. The hourly, the session bullish so far. Now we have taken buy side liquidity out here. Let's see how high it wants to go and if it wants to reverse and go back into the range at some point. We've completely closed in the new day at the opening range gap at 9:30. Another potential bullish fair value gap here we can watch. We can watch this fair value gap here. So far we see support and we're back to the midnight opening price here. Buy side liquidity almost ran. Here. Not an not an easy session for sellers as well. If one anticipated the bullish price run, then it was quite easy yet. However, I'm not interested in that. Couple of long setups here. 1, 2, 3. I'm staying patient here. Staying patient here. Waiting for a market structure shift. Let's see when and if it's coming. We have been back to the midnight opening range, and so far we see some reaction of the midnight opening price here. Let's see if this forms us a setup which is convincing and I'm willing to take. Let's see if we can see a inversion here. Or if it's just another retracement to go higher. So far it doesn't look bearish. So far it almost looks like could be another continuation. Let's see, we have a fair value gap on the 5 minutes. Nothing to act on for me right now. Let's see if we can invert this fair value gap here. So far, nothing. Not confident enough. Too short here. We might see an inversion fair value gap here, but so far does not really respect it. But we are too much in a premium, too long here, anything. So we will wait for displacement. Obvious displacement is what we need now. And a high probability setup, too short, otherwise we will sit still. Or I will sit still. I know enough in the meantime to know when I blow my account or take unnecessary risks, which I will regret later, because it's easy to find winning trades, but it's more important to avoid unnecessary losses, which you have to make up later for. Okay. If it's bearish, we should see lower prices now on this candle. If we see a reversal, we need to see lower prices right on this candle ideally. So good so far. So good so far. That's what I wanted to see. We had a inversion fair value gap here. Traded below it, traded back to the high. Little volume imbalance here. Back to the midpoint and lower so far. Let's see. Again, very slow and choppy price action today. Nothing which is super exciting to trade, even though I'd be willing to assume lower prices from now on. if we hold ground here. Would be better for this candle to close here bearish. Still possible to go lower, but it should find some ground lower here now. It's not ideal if it goes higher from here. Definitely don't want to see. Looks like we stay bullish. Still no setup. Not a very good session, in my opinion. At least for me, not a very good session. For my setups, for my buys. Sorry about that. Nothing to enter on. Don't want to be a bull here. Let's see. Might see some further upside though. We are definitely in a premium. Kind of a boring session today. Wish there would be something to do for me, but there simply isn't. There simply isn't. Can't force a trade here even. Sometimes it's just good to stay out. Sometimes it's just good to stay out. Another touch of the midnight opening price here. Another reaction of that. Swing low formed here. So let's see if we stay strong here for another rally, or if we find some weakness here and can take out this swing low convincingly here. This is what I would like to see for a run lower. We have 10 minutes left until the full hour macro. Let's see if we find some trade there, and if not, I will most likely just end the session. Sometimes you simply don't get a trade. Trading makes me tired. Sometimes. Gotta stay dialed in and focused. So far still doesn't look bearish. Holding ground here. There is definitely some sell side here. We have taken yesterday's sell side out, but there is still some sell side left here. However, looks like it wanted buy side first and foremost. A trade, if we reverse here at some point, I want to see a run back into the range. 50% would be somewhere here. So definitely I would be looking for this low here as a first target, 99.76. This would be one of my first targets here. And second target, it's right above this opening range high here. And then if we really expand lower here, let me see where we could reach into. We could go for this low as well. Let's see. So far still, now we have taken out buy side liquidity here. High, premium high of this midnight opening range here reached. Another fair value gap here. Five minutes left until the full hour macro. Let's see. Let's see. First fair value gap of today's session was here, 10 o'clock here. Okay, 10:03 here. Nothing to do here. Nothing to do. That one here for a long, I was not interested. Didn't invert either. So I gotta sit on my hands. Was a nice run to the midpoint of the opening range though. Some accumulation here, ran further higher after. We took out the lows here at around 630 with this run here, and then reversed pretty quickly and ran right to the midpoint for 80 handles. Nice little setup here. Nothing for me to take, but a nice setup though. There was no real entry to take, just confirmed this bullish order block here, retraced back, high of this candle 19,789.50, 789.75, didn't retrace here, just ran away straight into the midpoint. So nothing tradable in my opinion. Two more minutes till the full hour macro. Let's see if something happens there. Again, if you like what I'm doing, I would highly appreciate it if you leave the stream a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Would be huge motivation, help me to grow this young, small little channel. $50 subscribers, small little step. Next is 10x growth to 500. So we have taken out short-term liquidity here. Let's see, relatively equal highs here. Let's see if it wants to go higher still. 1 minute until the macro starts. Let's see, we need displacement first before I can do anything. Right, with the macro we see some displacement here. but not convincing enough yet. No market structure shift, no real fair value gap here, so can't do anything on that either. I will stay a little longer and then I will probably close it, and we'll see if we get a good session tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Today it doesn't look like we will get a good trade here. Still no entry, little retracement here. Still nothing I can enter on. Small little fair value gap here. Nothing to take a trade. Sometimes we just gotta wait. Small, very small little market structure shift here. Not really convincing to me. Sell side liquidity miner here at 20.017. Very small market structure shift. Fair value gap would be here. Nothing really I want to enter on, I guess. Probably will leave this session flat. right, guys. I will leave this session. I will close the session. There's nothing I'm really interested in taking a trade. We can see if we reverse here and go back into this range. However, I don't see a very convincing setup yet. I will close the stream. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. New York time. Would love if you stop by watching. I'll give you my analysis and try to find trades which I will execute live in front of you. If you like what I'm doing, I would highly appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, give the stream a like. Would be a huge motivation and help me to grow this small little channel. I wish all of you a great evening or a great rest of the day wherever you are. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.